Very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashing Sani Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Policy framework of the new government led by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa presented. Vote on account for the last quarter of the year to be presented at the Parliament. News in detail. The first sitting of the 9th Parliament of Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka was held ceremoniously today morning. Thereby, veteran parliamentarian Mahinda Yapabewardena was unanimously selected as the 11th Speaker of the new Parliament, while parliamentarian Ranjit Simbalapitiya was selected as the Deputy Speaker of the new Parliament, and parliamentarian Angajan Ramanathan was selected as Deputy Chairman of Committees. The first sitting of the 9th Parliament commenced at Subsequently, the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa congratulated the new speaker.
ප්‍රථමයෙන්ම ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ නවවන පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ අභිනව කතානායකවරයා වශයෙන් තීරපත් වීම පිළිබඳව ඔබතුමාට අතිගෞරව ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඇතුළු රජය වෙනුවෙන් මගේ හෘදයාංගම සුබපැතුම් මේ අවස්ථාවේදී පිළිගන්වනවා.
Moreover, leader of the Samagi Jana Balawegya MP Sajid Premadasa highlighted that the speaker should be unbiased towards the parliamentarians and that it's the collective responsibility of the parliamentarians to uphold the decorum of the parliament.
Democratically elected parliament is the epitome of a functioning democracy. It is incumbent upon all of us to protect and promote a vibrant and sound democracy. Right Honourable Speaker, sir, as the custodian of this august assembly, you are ethically and morally obliged to uphold the great principles of democracy and the legitimacy of this institution. It is incumbent upon you to be equitable, impartial, unbiased and non-prejudicial. We fervently believe that you will be meticulous, methodical and proficient in conducting yourself. We believe you will be just and fair. This is indispensable for a flourishing democracy. It is incumbent upon you to nourish and nurture these main ingredients of democracy. This institution represents the will of the people, the voice of the voiceless, and you as the guardian angel of Parliament, we believe you will ensure that people's sovereignty will be protected and enhanced. I fervently hope, in conclusion, that you will abide by the great principles proclaimed by the former President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, that you will act with malice towards none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right.
Moving on, MP Ranjit Simbalapitiya was unanimously appointed as the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament, while MP Angajan Ramanathan was selected as the Deputy Chairman of Committees.
වෙනත් මන්ත්‍රීවරු යෝජනාවී නොමැති හේයින් රංජිත් ගරු සංජිත් සියඹලාපිටිය මහතා නවවැනි පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ නියෝජ්‍ය කතානායකවරු වශයෙන් යථාපති ඡන්දයෙන් තෝරාපත් කර බැලු බව මම මේ සභාවට ප්‍රකාශ කර සිටිමි. වෙනත් මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙකුගේ යෝජනාවී නොමැති හේයින් ගරු අංගජන් රාමනාදන් මහතා නවවැනි පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ නියෝජ්‍ය කාර්යක සභා සභාපතිවරයා වශයෙන් යථාපති ඡන්දයෙන් තෝරාපත් කරන ලයි මේ සභාවට ප්‍රකාශ කර සිටිමි.
Moreover, Minister Dinesh Gunawardena was elected as the Leader of the House and Chief Government Whip is Minister Johnston Fernando. On the other hand, the new Speaker of Parliament announced that he recognizes the Leader of Samagi Jana Balawegya, Parliamentarian Sajid Premadasa, as the Leader of the Opposition.
I wish to inform you that the Honourable Dinesh Gunawardena MP as the Leader of the House of Parliament and the Honourable Johnston Fernando MP as the Chief Government Whip have been appointed for the 9th new Parliament. I wish to inform this out that the Honourable Sajid Premadasa MP has been recognised by me as the Leader of the Opposition in the 9th new Parliament.
Thus, in the meantime, 81 fresh parliamentarians are selected for the new Parliament, and the youngest of the parliamentarians is State Minister Jeevan Thundaman. Thereby, the Speaker adjourned the parliamentary proceedings till 3 p.m. today. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa ceremonially declared open the inaugural session of the 9th Parliament today evening. Thereby presenting the government policy, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa states that the 19th Amendment to the Constitution will be abolished and new Constitution will be formulated, giving priority to one country, one law motto. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa was received by the new Speaker of Parliament Mahinda Yapabewardena and the Secretary General of Parliament Dhammika Dasanayake. Thereby, the President was then accompanied to the House of Parliament by the Sergeant-at-Arms, followed by the Speaker and the Secretary General of the Parliament. Under the directives of the President, arrangements of the inaugural session were arranged in a simple manner, while the traditional gun salutes and vehicle parades were not carried out to welcome him. Subsequently, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa presented the policy statement of the government to House. President assured that public trust on the government will not be breached and that new constitution will be brought forward. Also, he added that waste and corruption at ministries and public institutes and departments will be eradicated. Subsequently, the Parliament will meet tomorrow at 9:30 am and a vote on account for the last quarter of the year will be presented in Parliament by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in his capacity as the Minister of Finance. Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Bringing forward the economic policy of the government, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa added that the government will take measures to build a production economy by protecting the local farmers by halting importation of exportable produce for re-export as well as banning importation of crops that could have been grown locally. Delivering the policy statement to the House, President added that there are people who do not possess proper deeds for the lands on which they have lived for many years and that the government will provide them with legitimate deeds utilizing a swift and due process. He further added that as a national policy, government will enact procedures to provide drinking water to every part of the country. On the other hand, President noted that when offering government job opportunities, government will accord priority to poorest of the households and ensure equal distribution of job opportunities for every province. 1/3 of country's population depends on agriculture, plantation and fisheries as their livelihood. Therefore, President showed the importance on raising the living standards of these people. Increasing the production of organic fertilizer locally with the aim of producing toxin-free foods and ensuring the total organic farming in Sri Lanka in the next decade was brought forward by the first person of the country. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has decided to maintain the standing deposit facility rate and the standing lending facility rate of the central bank at their current levels of 4.5% and 5.5% respectively. The central bank states that it recognizes the necessity to continue the accommodative monetary policy stance, particularly as market lending rates are yet to reflect the full pass-through of policy easing measures implemented thus far. The central bank notes that it anticipates a further reduction in overall market lending rates, thereby encouraging borrowing for productive economic activity and reinforcing support for COVID-19 hit businesses as well as the broader economy given the conditions of subdued inflation. Moreover, as per the provincial estimates released by the Department of Census and Statistics, the Sri Lankan economy contracted by 1.6% in the first quarter of 2020, contrary to the expectations of the central bank. As per the available indicators, the adverse impact of COVID-19 on economic activity during the second quarter of 2020 is likely to be substantial. However, CBSL states that a faster rebound of economic activity is expected, especially in the fourth quarter of 2020, supported by improved political stability, the resultant improvement in business confidence, and the lagged impact of monetary and fiscal stimulus. This expected rebound in the fourth quarter is essential for the country to record a positive growth rate during this year, CBSL further states. Moreover, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka has revised the regulated interest rates for credit cards, pre-arranged temporary overdrafts, pawning facilities and penal interest rate over the regular interest rate. Accordingly, considering bank lending rates of certain financial products which continue to remain high, the central bank has decided to revise downward the caps on interest rates on credit cards to 18% per annum, on pre-arranged temporary overdrafts to 16% per annum, and on pawning facilities to 10% per annum. Moreover, the CBSL is of the view that penal interest rates need to be kept at 2 percentage points over the regular interest rates charged on the relevant credit facility. Furthermore, CBSL states that growth of credit extended to the private sector by commercial banks decelerated in June 2020 year-on-year, while the outstanding volume of credit contracted during June 2020 for the second consecutive month in spite of large surplus liquidity in the market. However, it is noted that a gradual recovery in credit extended to the private sector is expected in the period ahead, driven by increased economic activity, improving business sentiment with enhanced political stability, declining market lending rates, and rising credit disbursement on account of concessional credit schemes for businesses affected by the pandemic. We'll be back with stock updates after this short break. Welcome back after the break. The trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 9.25 points to close at 5,360.28 and the S&P SL 20 gained 1.58 points to close at 2,371.87. The turnover was 2 billion rupees and over 116 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all the news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at 7:45 p.m. Until then, take care. Good night.